Well, good morning, Eternal. How are you doing, buddy? Oh my lord. You can feel your arteries hardening up because you had a lunch of summer sausage and mozzarella. Your cholesterol is gonna skyrocket. Guess what? I beat out Critical Role at the last minute. I don't know how I beat out Critical Role at the last minute, but thank you. It's good to have you here, Shadow. Glad you were able to make it. You're here to cause a hostile takeover. Fair enough. I can't dispute that. Although if you would take into consideration, Lauren says she does not feel up to hostile takeovers tonight. She had a rough day. We both did.
It's locked.
Because you figured the stream has interaction, whereas Critical Role is the same no matter when you watch it. That's fair. That is a solid assessment, a very good assessment. I hope so too, Bottles. Thank you, though. I appreciate you stopping by either way. Sorry to deny you twice in a row. Yeah, just rough days. Work sucks for both of us. So, I mean, things are as good as they're gonna get while we're both just in rough moods with rough work schedules and all that. Lauren is saying that she would be more than happy to play if Waddles wants to redeem it. If not, we can wait till tomorrow. She said if Waddle redeems, she will do. Quarantine. Influenza. Keep out of this area. By order of Board of Health. Health Officer. Quarantine. Contagious disease. No one shall enter or leave the quarantine area without written approval of the local health authority. Something an authorized employee of the government shall alter. Only an authorized employee. Aha! Destroy or remove this card. Violating this regulation will be fined. I appreciate it, Waddles. He said he will wait if we've had a rough day. Rough couple months. Completely missed the entrance to the old morgue, which is right here. Thank you for the hugs as well, Shadow. That's appreciated. Yeah, for me, I basically spent the day trying to get my work computer to work. because we had, my boss wanted me to get an error code checked out by a Dell technician. Guy came out, replaced the motherboard, and my computer just started blue screening for the rest of the day. So I was like, all right, well, I'm spending my entire day trying to fix my computer. Admittedly, Lauren had it far worse. Her boss sucks. And her coworkers are useless. But it has certainly been a rough few years. This panini is not delicious anymore, and I would like to send it back to the kitchen. Hey, Kane. How are you doing, buddy? How you feeling? Hey, Casey. How are you? It's good to see you. Feeling all right? Not getting hit too hard with that there panini drug, right? Why is there random screams in a morgue?
It's locked, all right.
I don't like the sound of random screams in a morgue. I'd prefer there to be no screaming in a morgue. Hewitt. No do it today. I keep your points this time, Waddles. This time. Oh yeah, you just remembered you were gonna go back and watch the VOD from last stream to see how you ended up resetting my points. I'll need to sit down at the bed sometime, but I think there was a button that said to reset them, and I think I clicked it thinking that it was just to reset the ones then and there. Where? I would never steal his points. Oh, there's an upstairs. I'm a silly goose. All right, this is how we sneak. He'll never hear us coming. V for senses? Oh yeah, senses are a thing.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain.
I need to turn this audio down. It is very loud in my ears.
Sickness moves faster than influenza.
That's better. That's significantly better. Oh my lord, that's so much better. Do the sneaky shuffle. Oh, I'm being a sneaky boy. Oh yeah, the slurpy noises. Oh no, not the slurpy noises. I still don't really even know what I'm doing other than finding useful medical ingredients in the old morgue.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Ah, yes, of course, because the key is labeled basement. Why did you... Oh, that guy. Okay, that makes sense. Ow, stop it. You stop that right now. You skull or whatever they call you. Also, remember they have resistance to melee? Oh, yes. They have resistance to both melee and range. Which doesn't help me any. Because that's basically all I can do, aside from my claw attack now that I think about it. I'm a wizard. Wizard. What's that? Yeah. They've redeemed that I am a wizard. Feathers go on the right. There we go. And of course, you gotta tilt it up so that way you guys can actually see it the whole time. We have an adventurer hat? Oh. I never pictured that as an adventurer hat, but you're right. It totally is an adventurer hat. Lauren's informed me that we also have...
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers.
This
As
one.
popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Nailed it. It's on there now. 100% will totally make that a redeem. I don't have many fun hats. And in fact, I personally... Name Adventure Time. Oh, that would be glorious. I personally have 0 fun hats. This is Lauren's hat. Both of them are. Lauren's got all the fun hats. Alright, so at one point, I'll need to pick up Blood Spear. And when I do... Okay. Sure thing, buddy old pal old guy. I don't know where you ran to. You obviously didn't run down here.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
You need a bunch more hats than a hat roulette? Oh, that would be fun. I could do that. That should be easy to make. I wonder what other kind of hats. I know I've got a fedora somewhere, I think. Did I get rid of my fedoras, Lauren? Do you know? I just couldn't remember if I kept them or if I got rid of them when I moved. Invest in hats. Much easier said than done. Hats are expensive, they can be. I think I might have gotten rid of them. Because they made me look like too much of I don't know a good way to put it. An uncouth online individual who is notorious for being sexist and condescending and rude. Which I am not. I'm certainly not. Kane says you've got good hats, by the way. Good point. I did have a fedora, yes. I no longer have fedoras. I think I had 3 fedoras. I feel like the initial stun bite isn't really useful unless you're low on blood. It gets me a little bit extra of a jump on them, which is nice. Hey, Astro, how are you, buddy? Oh, you blew it. Show us the cat. Do you know where the cat is? Okay. Fedoras ain't to blame, nice guys are. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. They have unfortunately sullied the name of the fedora. Citizen investigations. Citizen investigations are displayed here, categorized by district. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with left click, then access to your map to locate the area to explore. Oh, it's Thelma! The blood quality of the citizens is largely influenced by their health and the number of hints you've gathered before embracing her. Him or her. Oh, that's right. That's the guy who was stabbed. Astro is late for once. Lauren is trying to get the cat. We need a cat and hat redeem. Oh, she would not stand for that. She would not stand for that one bit. You're lucky if we're able to pick her up. Oh, we got her. Hold on. I will make way for the cat. Baby.
Not happy about
She put her on the ground and the cat just goes meow. She was not happy at all. Oh, sideways kitty. Upside down kitty. Bat kitty. Office of Pembroke Hospital Medical Examiner Report of Investigation. Decedent Samuel Connor. Race Caucasoid. I'm no longer Caucasian. I am a Caucasoid. Sex male. Age 39. Home address unknown. Occupation fisherman. Type of death natural. Probable cause fast progressing pneumonia by virus-induced pulmonary consolidation. Spanish influenza. Dr. Corcoran Tippett and Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. You're right, game's not on screen. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I always forget to do the button that says...
Mr. Connor's injuries don't
Switch
match
it.
the report. I'd better look into this.
Nope. Just acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Ooh. I was gonna bring up the thing again for you, and, used Liston knife. How do I unequip something? Free blood absorption or 10 stun. Interesting.
It's locked, all right.
It's locked. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Tilt that down a little bit more. So, Astro, how are you doing, buddy? I feel like I asked that, but I don't recall. And, Waddles, if I may ask, how did the, whatchamacallit, the homework go? That's the word I was looking for. Homework. Do be doing? A Scooby Doo be doing. What do be doing? Do be doing do? Do be doing good? Do be doing bad? The real question is, how many times can I fit do be doing into a sentence? Ruh-roh, Raggy. Something back here? Nope. Okay, let's go this way. Can't help but feel I'm a little off center. I don't like it. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Oh, wait, his shadow is the one that takes damage. Oh, that's funky. But his body is the one that hurts. me some of that blood. Oh, please dodge. How am I liking the Dr. Vampyr game? I mean, it's interesting. I don't really know what to think of think of it yet so far. Which sticker cat? There we go. Got it. What?
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger.
I don't know if
Drink
you...
blood is so tempting.
I don't know if you heard her, but she wants to know what she should name her sticker cat.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
John Doe is Thomas Wayne's killer? Like Bruce Wayne's dad? That Thomas Wayne? His killer was John Doe? Is that where they get it? It's canonically his name. Oh, interesting. Shadow says Toby. AKA TOE-BY, Toby. But you can spell it TOBY. Sticker Cat's name is Toby, aka Toby, aka John Doe, in case you were wondering. I had no idea that canonically his name was John Doe. That's fascinating to me. Skittles. We got Sour Patch Kids, but we ain't got no skits. Oh, corner of the lips.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
Damaged legs and arms.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs.
Okay.
Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
Oh, is this the fisherman dude?
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Ooh. Oh yeah, when it came out in public, he was murdered in prison for causing Batman. Oh, snap. Oh, in other versions, it's Joe Chill? It's a weird
A puncture
name.
over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Ooh, interesting.
It's locked.
Wonder if I can get a key from him somehow. Sometimes John Doe is also Joker before he's Joker? Oh, like in the various multiverses of the DC universe. See, these are things that I never ever knew about the Batman. Hearing more screeching, and I'm not a fan. Give me some blood. No matter what, John Doe mattered. Yeah, that's a good point. Whether it was the guy who killed his father, or it was who Joker was beforehand. canonically, he's always got a spot in the DC universe. You wonder if there's someone whose last name is actually Doe? And his parents decided to name him John for some reason? Could you imagine what that would be like? Like, what happens when you die one day and someone's like, we have John Doe here? For example, in the Telltale Batman, John Doe is the Joker. Oh. Alright, we're gonna do the stealth shuffle till we get close enough to bite this fella. Apparently it can use my skill without actually activating my skill. Ow. These guys are rough. Oh, Lord. Can recommend both games? Oh, both Telltale Batman games. I gotcha. I was about to say, you only mentioned one game. Who decided John Jane Doe was the name for unidentified people anyway? I used to know the reason for that, but I don't currently remember. I bet you Lauren does. Do you know the reason why they call people John and Jane Doe when they're unidentified? She's gotta look it up. She gonna do us all a solid. She gonna look it up. Hope there is an answer. I'm sure there is. John Doe was used as the plaintiff, and Richard Roe was used as the defendant. So as just like an example name in like law teaching, or Interesting. So Lauren says that it apparently came over from Britain. In delicate matters, if you didn't want your name to be public, you could refer to yourself as John Doe as the plaintiff or Richard Roe as the defendant. Or if it's super complicated,
It's locked, all right.
Huh. Ah, okay. So the last names are both names of deer. They're completely fictitious. They were not named after anyone. It could be used in a case of court if there was like something super complex and you wanted to, like, I guess do an example of like one against one fictitious person to another. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Casey. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. You have a good night, get some good sleep. I don't really know what I'm doing. I was kind of biding my time while we looked up that that information. Because I'm a classy gentleman. I don't know if I said thank you to you.
It's locked.
I was saying goodnight to Casey, who stopped in. But thank you for looking that up.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh, this is
I
Pippa.
don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
It is good to know.
Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well,
It's a good day when you learn
euphemism that
something
your
new.
help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Ooh, I can talk about a relationship with Milton Hooks.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse?
How long did the
What
Spanish
if in
flu
the
run
end,
rampant?
nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
You like how the people in this game look? They aren't unnaturally pretty.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is
Kind of reminds me of like the people from
and
The
no
Witcher.
matter how qualified you are,
The majority of
don't
them
tell
were
me
just
you'll change
very
that.
plain or ugly. 1918 and 1920. 2 years. 2 years for the Spanish flu.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine,
Did it just die out, or did they get it
sometimes
under
we're just
control?
a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why especially the practitioners is interesting. Jonathan got those sexy dead vampire
Why
eyes.
does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Yeah. Okay. So interesting. The only reason why the Spanish flu did not continue is because it evolved to be less deadly and only give more common flu symptoms. Shadow likes dead eyes confirmed. Shadow just wants someone with fish eyes to stare into his soul.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Ooh, more info about Sir Milton. Hey! Let's see if I can pronounce this right. Mercutiocore. I have no idea what...
I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke.
Excuse me.
But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
What is, Twitchapia? Am I pronouncing that right? I hope I didn't just get fooled into saying something dumb.
Goodbye, Nurse.
Goodbye, nurse. What's this other nurse? Other nurse! Other nurse, come quick! Oh, she's the bloody one. That makes sense.
But in the circumstances,
Finally, you've
Oh,
returned,
Twitchipedia.
Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
We
Yes,
are
nurse.
kind of
You've
like
worked your first
Twitchipedia.
miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls? When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Yeah, I think what he's doing when he prompts those specific questions is he's using like his mesmerize like charm kind of skill, causing them to be more willing to tell him their dirty little secrets. Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind Dorothy to check on his medical status.
Never could keep anything from her.
This one in here.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Like a
How can I
truth,
help
truth
your
serum,
son?
but
I'm
mental.
Beatrice
Yes.
Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Did I set waypoints? I don't think I did. I'm not sure what those extra markers are. They might be merchants.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Are you that
Are
rich?
you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
One of my favorite things about joining in on Twitch chats is listening to the conversations that happen and learning those new things. Like, I love how we just randomly come across John Doe and we're like, how does that work? Why?
Good evening, sir.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession.
It is very
I
soothing.
teach young
I wish
women
my voice
who are
were
more
like
ambitious
this.
about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived, but we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
My voice is like butter. Well, thank you, Kane, and thank you, Shadow, saying that my voice is also very soothing. Did either of you ever listen to the Halloween stories I put up on YouTube?
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
Really?
The
You did,
ambulance driver
Kane?
was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I wish that they were, they had been a little more horror, but, you know, it's public domain, old stories that, they're just not as scary as they used to be.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
You did not. You never got around to it. You forgot. I 100% understand, because that's absolutely something I would have done. But we're like, oh yeah, I
Goodbye,
want to
Mrs.
listen to
Goswick.
that. I'll do that. And then just completely forget.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Medical
any
checkup.
help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a
Can't watch it. Vampire Doctors to watch. You can always do it later. F for details. Fatigue. Give
You are
medicine.
not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
What about your life in London, sir? Oh, he's recovering now. How painful is your throat?
How
Please keep
painful
talking
is
to
your
me.
throat, Mr.
Tell me how
Goswick?
painful your
I'd
throat is.
rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Okay, well, we'll keep talking.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
What are you getting to, Buckaroo? I feel bad for that guy, too. Usually when I get sick, it's always a sore throat, and it's the worst. Like, sinuses suck and nausea sucks, but like sore throats are just constantly uncomfortable. I hated it when I had my tonsils taken out. It was awful. Fortunately, I didn't really have to talk. And I got... Back when Halo 3 ODST came out, I got something, I think it was called hand, foot, and mouth, where like bumps or something appear on like the inside of your throat, or sometimes it's on your hands or your feet or something like that. And I happened to get it in my mouth, and it was the worst. Absolute worst. Want to know what's worse than being sick? When the medicine comes back out immediately. Oh, I once took some nausea medicine for being nauseous and threw it up.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
What do I call a vampire colleague? I have no idea. What do I call a vampire
painful.
colleague?
So painful.
I'll let you get some rest then.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
All right. Did
Good
I
evening,
unlock anything
Doctor.
else here? Your life in London. Nope. Personal questions. Nope. All right.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
A vampire. Ah, that's good. That's good. That's clever.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already
Bravo.
arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
I could chop it off for you. E
Is
for
there
medical
anything
checkup.
else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky.
I know.
guess.
Look at how stained those beds are. It's gross.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
An umpire. I know this one. I know this one.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I
vampire.
disagreed about wooden
Oh.
nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
What do you call a vampire who failed school? I have no idea.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
All right.
Who are you talking to? There's no one named Helen here. All right, I got plenty of glass vials. Ooh, an unfinished letter? Fire and Sun, new practice. What? Where do I find? He's mending. He's got fatigue, so I could give him something else. He's a pillar. He's less of a pillar. He's also not a pillar. Oh, I guess I did make custom markers. Huh. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, probably trying to drag the map. How do you... Oh, you can't drag the map. You just gotta move your mouse around. I see. I'm learning. A dumpire. Oh, school is not an accurate measurement of intelligence. But they told him he sucked. Womp, womp, womp. Remember, Citizen's Blood will provide you a massive XP boost. Look for citizens of your mesmerized level or below and choose wisely. They're encouraging me. Wait a second. If I'm a vampire, why can I see myself in that mirror? I tried to get the controller to work again and was not able to. I made sure that it was plugged in beforehand and tried jiggling it. So I think I have to launch it in big picture mode and set up stuff for it to work properly. Maybe they need to be positive. Hey, how's it going, Lawful?
Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together. Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir. Thank you. And you are? I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Guy's arm can't be fixed, so kill him out of pity. That's a broken arm there. Sure can't set that. Let me just,
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Were you using an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller, Shadow? Mostly lurking, but you had to throw a blood pun in there so Kane's efforts weren't in vain. Very good, Lawful. I appreciate it. Lurk away. Always happy to have you contributing when you can, but otherwise, I appreciate you watching.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Also, how are you, Mercu? Mercutio Core? Mercu. Merc? Merc. Can I call you Merc? I'm gonna call you Merc unless you say otherwise.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Ah, see, I'm using a PS4 controller, and it's supposed to automatically work, but I have a feeling this game requires you to set up the controls in big picture mode properly.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Mercutio, like Shakespeare. I'll admit I am very rusty on my Shakespeare, but Mercutio by itself, that rings bells. So Mercutio it is. I like it. That's a good name.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
It's a fun
It
name.
has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
What did Vlad the Impaler's son call him? I was gonna say Vlad, like dad, but with a V.
You seem quite optimistic.
Vladdy.
It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Core is Latin for heart. I feel like I knew that once because I named a D&D NPC Core, and I feel like I would have done that because I'm a sucker for Latin words and names and usages and stuff like that. I love that. So Mercutio heart, Mercutio core. Fascinating. What's a vampire's least favorite meal? Garlic?
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went
Steak.
personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Apparently not as easy as you thought it was.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Speaking of vampires and steak, did you guys ever hear of or read the book Bunicula? Also, I need to use the bathroom real quick. Technically steak, but meh, close enough. Steak. Tomato, tomato. Got it. It's a little bit chilly in my office. I was putting on my hoodie. You know there's a cartoon series, but you never watched or read it. There's a cartoon series about Bunicula? Oh my god, that's incredible. So Bunicula is a book. It's a book about a bunny that is a vampire, and instead of drinking the blood of humans or creatures, it sucks the pigment out of vegetables and fruit. Why don't vampires drink blood in churches? I don't know why.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
Oh.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane.
No, I didn't want to talk to you. I wanted to talk to the doctor. How did I get over here? Let me out. Let me out, Nurse Crane. There are some lines they won't cross. Very good.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Aykroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Aykroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansey's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals not overrated dabblers.
Oh, well, give it to me simple. Saw a commercial for it on Teletoon, Canadian version of Cartoon Network. They called it something other than Cartoon Network in Canada? This guy. I know, right? Like, shoot, you're in the middle of a pandemic, you're worked to the bone, you get some reprieve, and you're like, I'm not a fan of this dabbler. Should I still kind of cut off stream? Yeah, Yeah, it's, I won't feel bad if you embrace this guy. It's something with the CSS that I haven't been able to figure out why it's cutting off instead of giving the whole thing. I can't figure out why. Anyway, Bunicula. It's about a bunny, vampire bunny, sucks the pigment out of fruit. There's a cat in it. The cat realizes he's a vampire. So the cat reads up on how to kill bunnies or kill vampires. And at one point he takes a stake and he knocks the bunny on the ground and takes the stake and just starts like hammering it over the bunny's heart. But the bunny doesn't die because it was a stake, not a stake. Like its window isn't wide enough to show the whole slide. Well, the window is actually wide enough. It's not being cut off by the bounds of the box itself. It's something with the CSS and how the words are wrapping that is causing it to get cut off, but only in certain circumstances. It really depends on the kerning and the spacing of the letters, and it's so weird. It's. I was diving into it a little bit, but my CSS is super rusty, and I'm not that good at it. So I wasn't able to figure out how to fix it like I wanted. So if anyone knows CSS and wants to take a look at it, by all means. It's not actually the same as Cartoon Network, just similar concept, different owners. Oh, so it doesn't even do like the same shows or anything.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Aykroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like the new font. I wanted to find something that made it a little bit easier to read. I found stuff without serifs sometimes was difficult, but some stuff with serifs was like way too flashy and tough on the eyes to like quickly read. So I thought this one was a good one, and I was experimenting with it, but positivity is good.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Man, is it cutting off every single message? Super annoying. Also, I wanna show this off. So here's a test for you guys. Bitter, kill him out of pity. There is the new animation. You really don't like this guy? He's a bit egotistical. He is a bit egotistical. We should kill him out of pity. Mercutio over here trying to kill everyone. I mean, can you blame him? Look at how he's treating everyone. It's the worst. Out of pity for everyone else. Oh, that's weird. Hold on a second. What's weird is looking at the chat. It was not cutting it off on my preview, but it was in the stream, even though there was nothing cutting it off. So that's what was weird. Drillcoin is your preferred cryptocurrency. If it were a cryptocurrency, you would be broke. But yeah, that's super strange that it's cutting it off so soon on the widget in OBS, but it's not. Huh. I'm gonna have to play with that. Gonna have to play with that a little bit more.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
That's fair. I don't remember what he said the procedure was, though. I got distracted. Testing to see if anything gets cut off this sentence using a few short words. Blue blah. Yeah. Okay. Why is it doing that? Oh, wait. I wonder if I need to save. Huh. Yeah, it's like it's using its own bounds to cut itself off. If I can refresh this. Oh, that's why. Send something sort of long again, I guess, or just chat with me and I'll sit here and watch it for a second. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. That's better. I wish I could get it to left align instead of right align. Gonna do this real quick. Yeah, definitely is looking better. For sure. 100%. Oh. Now that's off a little. Oh, I see why. It's because I'm adjusting the other scene. Okay. All right. That's, I think that should be good. Okay, so the way I have my scenes set up in Twitch is I have all my widgets in their own individual source. So they take up the whole screen, so that way I can scale it down without losing resolution. Instead of bringing in something really tiny that's hard to see, it's something big that I scale down, and it keeps that large resolution, so that way stuff like chat is more readable, that way alerts are more readable. And I had cut off the chat in that scene, so what looked like it would be good in my scene wasn't. In the main scene, it wasn't, because it was actually cutting off a little bit in that, even though it looked good in the creation tool and on the stream scene, it wasn't in the main scene. So what I had to do was go and fix that, and then I adjusted where it was centered and everything, and that got it working. Anyway, we should be good now. It should look much better, significantly better. Yeah, what seemed complicated was actually very simple, and I didn't even have to go in and mess with the cascading style sheets. So I'm super happy about that. What's wrong with this guy?
You need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Was it
Since
this
your
one?
tenure in...
Let's just say I'm tired of the
carelessness.
Yeah, carelessness.
We're here to save lives.
I don't intend to run any...
Modern medical methods were created.
Did I ask him about
Tell me,
Strickland's research?
Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Ah, so this was what I asked. Most tech problems end up this way for you. Once you know the solution, it's like a facepalm moment. Yeah, well, I quickly set it up the other day because I was rearranging things, and I thought to myself, or I guess I didn't realize, I thought to myself, oh, I should crop this here so that way the scene looks better, or looks better once all is said and done. When in reality, I shouldn't have cropped it there. I should have made it as big as I could, which is what I fixed. And then crop it in the main scene, and you live and you learn.
Why do you...
I strongly believe that...
I trust your judge? I don't know if saying I trust his judgment is going to make him change his mind about me. I feel like it should be up to the patient, but he does have a point.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Aykroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why?
I'm not...
Okay, so once you make a choice, you can't go back and do the other trees.
Thank you for your
So some
time.
things are permanent.
We'll talk later.
Don't play for favorites, choose what you think is right. I'm playing a little bit for favorites in the way that I think is right. Like, I'm playing how I would approach the situation. Which isn't necessarily to be like, yeah, you're a dum-dum, you should do it, or necessarily towing the line and being like, yes, you might be right. I'm playing more along the lines of as if I were this doctor trying to get a foothold and garner respect and all that sort of stuff among my colleagues. Sometimes you tolerate a-holes if they do their job right. Sometimes. Even though you don't always wish, or don't always want to. Sometimes you wish you didn't have to. I think that's what I was trying to say.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Hamlet.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It is ironic. In most jobs, sometimes it's better to tolerate and work together than fixate on what you don't like about them. I would agree. And I think it's to a point. Like, you know, if it's just a general disagreement or complaint about someone, yeah, you can get over that. You've got to deal with people that you don't agree with all the time and whatever. But if it's like, this person, that's a big no-no. Sometimes it's good to put your foot down and, you know, make it known. I'm a living paradox. Yeah.
There is an absurd
even if it's like
poetry to my
indirect
situation.
harassment.
Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick.
Oh.
You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
We have like a legit... Wow, it's not often you hear about benefactors that are, you know, on the front lines doing things. Pembroke Hospital, 4th of August. Dear Dr. Swansea, I'll be glad to manage the temporary morgue as soon as it's opened. As I have already told you, I was a doctor during the war, and I will be glad to serve my country again. I know it is not the same being a physician for the dead as it is for the living, but I believe it is important to welcome and take good care of our departed, too. Rest assured, I will do my best to fully perform this new duty to the best of my ability. Concerning the question of my qualifications, I'm sorry I can't give you anything more valuable than my parole. I swear to you that my regiment made me a doctor during the war, and that I saved many lives. If my word is not enough, you can contact the military administration to verify my experience and skills. They will confirm that even if I never followed any medical studies, the war taught me what a doctor really needs to know. Always sincerely, Rakesh Chadana, former doctor. Might want to check the journal after this to see if you have any side quests. Yeah, honestly, good for her. I'm glad that she's hanging around here and... Oh, these are quest items. and helping out. Ah, here's the unfinished letter that it didn't let me read for some reason. Pembroke Hospital, 2nd of November. My dear children, sorry I did not write to you before, but it hurts like hell just to write these few words on a bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as the doctors fix his arm. In the meantime, if you need something, go see Mr. Chadwick at the construction site and tell him you are Harvey Fiddick's children. You remember Robert Chadwick? The big guy with a mustache who helped me repair the house doors last spring? Go see him and ask for a few bob. He won't refuse to spare you a few. I'm sorry I can't work anymore for now, but we'll figure out something as soon as I'm out. Don't worry, everything will be fine as soon as Daddy's arm is strong again. As soon as the doctors have fixed my arm, Rakesh dropped some good philosophy in this game. I gotta go take a look at him then. Let's hope she's also nice. Oh, it's the arm guy, the carpenter. Yeah, that's who Fiddick is. I'm curious what sort of experimental thing What's-His-Face wanted to do. Pembroke Hospital, 25th of October. Dear Dr. Swansea, I must inform you of my deepest reservations concerning the Dr. Thoreau Strickland and Harvey Fiddick case. Mr. Fiddick has been hospitalized after a severe work injury. He may permanently lose the use of his arm if not treated adequately. Dr. Strickland claims that a surgical procedure may save the man's arm completely. I say it may also sever. That's severe. It may also sever its functions for good if complications arise. Our young colleague is an audacious and daring surgeon who might prove a great professional in a few years, but for now he lacks the skills to perform such a risky procedure. Need I remind you of the mistakes he made in the past? Since Dr. Strickland refuses to listen to me, I strongly advise you to forbid him to perform such a hazardous experiment. Very respectfully, Dr. Waverly Aykroyd. Yeah, I want to know what's up with his arm. Rare species of vampire. As a scholar and exegete of ancestral writings, I would never insist enough about the importance of taking legends and ancient folklores into account when searching for hints about hidden or lost secrets. A common mistake is to take what we know for an established truth, and use it to discard any contradictory material. For example, we must consider the possibility of undiscovered species of vampires, and the necessity to rethink what we see as the established truth about the various types of immortals, based on what we know and what we have gathered through time. For how many centuries did we consider that vampire was the vernacular term for what we had learned to call Ikon? Until the day 4 explorers of the Brotherhood found proof in Siberia that Volkods were a lupine type of vampire, we considered these creatures to be linked to the mythological werewolf. Now we know it is not true. What about the rest? What about the Rakshasa from my homeland? What about the Chinese Jiangxi of the Putian of southern Chile? And without even leaving the beautiful Great Britain, what about the stories about bat-shaped women sometimes seen flying around St. James's Church in Louth? What about the creature only identified as a disaster in some obscure testimonies which tried to destroy London in 1666 by spreading plague all around the city? What about the Nimrod, the mythical figure of the restless vampire hunter, sometimes described by ancestral British icons as a legendary huntsman who only feeds on his prey's blood and could go unnoticed amongst the mortals and immortals? I tell you, my brothers, we never can be too sure of what we could find, and if only we could forget for a few minutes what we're supposed to already know. From Unveiling the Night by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. He's the monkey of St. Paul, guys. But if it's a better option than traditional methods, werewolves are actually a type of vampires. Apparently that certain type of vampire, werewolf thing, yes.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have questions.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask
Return
away.
to monkey.
I'm at your service, Doctor.
About your
You
brotherhood?
mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Which guy? Dr. Swansea could read you a meditation/hypnosis tape?
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Oh, John. We should figure out who this voice actor is and see what else he's done, because he sounds so familiar.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
Must I take a life to live?
I haven't played that yet, but I think I have it.
You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
The sun. The morning following my transformation.
Perfect for
Its
Halloween.
rays
I'll keep that in
burned
mind.
me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Anthony Howell. What has he done, Shadow?
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Oh, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
So, I know I looked up the description of this game, but I'm really coming to terms with the fact that this game truly is about you juggling your life as a doctor and wanting to heal people, and also being a vampire and living. I love the fact that they have this mechanic of building or crafting like potions and tinctures and stuff to help heal people. That's really cool.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
Interesting. Anybody ever watch the show Being Human? I think I watched like 2 episodes of the American version.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Allan Poe. He does kind of look like Edgar Allan Poe, doesn't he? Talk to the hospital's benefactor. Righto. I wonder if there's actually anything behind this that I can pick up. Like, I would expect keys or something there, you know? You really love the US version? I never watched too much of it. I just remember it being... That's the one about, like, the ghost, the werewolf, and the vampire living together, right?
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk.
Love interest.
Good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Sounds like the start of a
Your
joke.
words
It
are
does.
kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air.
Oh.
I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury.
I didn't even recognize her.
I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Fascinating. A vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost all move in together. Yeah, it's her. She is a nice lady, but also it's her.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
Wink.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Oh?
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
Wait, who's a cool vampire in the TV show Preacher? Is that Anthony Howell or whatever his name is?
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
I have been wanting to watch that show. I've heard it's really good. I've heard a lot of people say that it's really good. I think it's on my Netflix list to watch.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Oh, you want me to just, like, beat someone up? Yo, I can do that.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Have you seen any of Preacher, Mercutio?
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Okay. Hey, so good news, not the only nice vampire? Me or her?
Who would be
I mean,
so foolish
we're both
as
pretty
to
nice.
threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Oh, Jonathan isn't alone. I gotcha.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
All right, so kill everyone. Got it. Oh, you've seen all of it, and if I dig the first episode, then I'll like it? All right, I'll have to give the first episode a shot. I haven't seen any of it yet.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
Wink, wink.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Oh.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
I just need
Excuse
information.
my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
Who is Harriet Jones?
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Fair enough. Sometimes American versions of UK shows don't turn out well, but in your opinion, Being Human did a really good job of both paying homage to the original, but also standing out on its own, doing things differently. That's good to know. I haven't seen too many shows that there was a UK version and an American version of. The only other one I know of is The Office. And I think everyone likes the American one better of that, too. You see the deal here? She gets blood in an innocent way from people who are going to die anyway. Yeah, it's kind of clever.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Kane calling you out.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Pity meter rising. Oh, snap. There's a lot of selections.
Have you heard of
there.
any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
Oh, she's a patient. All right, all right. Just straight up. Let's do them all.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
I mean, I agree. Don't let it influence your work, as it clearly is.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell
That's fair. Tell that to Grey's Anatomy. Lord.
I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this
What a
city
show.
crumbling down? Today, people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow, we may be fighting for food.
I'd like to see your good.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
What you got for me, buckaroo? Still Milton's shotgun. I don't have much money. And he's got grease and aluminium. Yeah, aluminium shard and powder. I don't know what to do with, like, any of this stuff yet. I feel like there is a huge part of this game that I just have not yet uncovered, even though it's been, like, a couple hours.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer.
Everyone's sleeping with everyone. Apparently that's how it is in some hospitals and a lot of
simpletons, these nurses.
Fast food, I think.
No respect. What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
I kind of want to just yell at her.
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have many questions.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, so upgrade weapons, and that'll reveal what parts to buy. Good to know. You don't know aluminium powder and finely ground rust. You can make some thermite. What would you need to set off thermite? You know what? Maybe that's not a question to discuss on Twitch. I'd really like not to be accused of handing out the anarchist cookbook to people. Why does Merc's chat not appear on stream? Is it because he's not a follower? I didn't even notice. Mercutio, do you mind saying something? Also, thank you for following, Mercutio. Welcome to the Squires. It shouldn't matter if they're a follower. Kane. Because I think people who have not followed before have been able to talk. Thermite is nothing special out here in boring old reality. A magnesium strip would work. Or a party sparkler. Oh, like the ones that you get at New Year's? I don't see anything on Google. Your work table in your room is where you upgrade weapons and make meds. Yeah, that's interesting. It's not showing up. Mercutio, out of curiosity, are you watching on Twitch itself? Because you're a follower now. And... It's not sub or follower only mode. Pixel Android app. I wonder if it's a mobile thing.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
I mean, that seems really weird that it would be a mobile thing, because you show up in Twitch chat, it should just pull Twitch chat. Eternal sent from... No, it shows up there. Huh. That is very weird. I have no explanation for that. I don't think it's skipping anyone else. It shows up in my Stream Elements chat itself. I have no idea. Not a clue.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Enter. All right.
Debauchery.
Appreciate you helping me troubleshoot this, Mercutio. That's very kind of you.
Whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Huh. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Sappho. Isn't that something about, like... Sappho, isn't that like a term for...
The patients and staff might know something.
Lesbian
I'll start
lovers,
my
I
investigation with them.
Damn. The pain.
Alright. Who's... Who's over here? No? Oh, maybe she's inside here.
Another night. Reads me like a book. I'll never go. We can handle this.
I'm alright.
Where's this nurse that I'm missing? Sapphic referred to lesbianism, you think? Okay. Hey, I know things. 1, 2.
It is now or never.
Oh, is it like just in this radius is the sort of thing that I'm doing? Oh, okay, it's a radius. I see. Big brain.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Well, thank you, Kane. Did you miss any killing? You did not miss any killing, but it did not show up again. Interesting. Have I talked to her about stuff there? I have. Personal questions. Tippett's medical.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your
Oh, it's
emotions
this lady.
to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant
side-eyed
practitioner
lady.
like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
All right, you gotta wander off to bed. Your lunch is weighing you down? Wasn't lunch like forever ago? I mean, by all means, go to bed, have a good night, enjoy yourself, take care of yourself. It's always good seeing you, buddy. Thank you for stopping by.
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a
Take
great
care, Eternal.
risk.
Thanks for
Must
hanging
I
out.
remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Do you
Hospital
know
staff
if any
with
of the
criminal
hospital
background.
staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse.
All right. You're still on my poop list, but I'll let you go for now. Where's the other nurse? Find Dorothea in the area. Or Dorothy in the area. Okay. Dorothy? Dorothy? Oh, Dorothy, just click your heels together, Dorothy. Seems like everyone here is a little bit sus. Must have vented. I bet they did. I thought this was Dorothy, just like crumpled on the ground. Ooh. If a citizen is behaving suspiciously, their heart will emit a distinctive glow. By looking at the citizen, you'll unlock a special interaction. Look for Dorothy Crane.
Don't worry, we're safe. Don't worry, we're safe.
Oh, do I have to, like, stand here?
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
You giving him medicine?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
Oh.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Oh, and suddenly I'm here and the gate is closed and Dorothy be gone. Retrieve the thug in the sewers. Bum bum ba-dum. We're gonna get that thug. Remember, no kill? No promises. Alright, is there... Let me check this real quick. Gameplay... Set keybind. Q to walk. B to toggle walk. Is there... like a crouch or a sneak? It's just walk.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
Okay, fair.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky and feel the fresh air. Didn't you walk down here yourself, my dude?
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Why, yes, he has. What was your first clue? Hey, there's some aluminum powder. Dash, you turn to smoke, very useful. Yes, yes, I am familiar with the dashing ability. Alright, so maybe I can... sneak up on this guy. Oh, this guy's level 8. Maybe, just maybe I should have tried leveling up. All right. I think I'm kind of getting the hang of the combat a little. Hello, sir. Yeah, playing the game as humanly as possible makes it much harder since you don't get the massive XP boost for feeding. Ah. I mean, it makes sense. So... is that a puppy in there? A puppy in where? Where? So chances are I am gonna end up making this significantly harder on myself, like I do in so many games. Especially like stealth games and stuff, trying to do everything all stealth. A common barbed cudgel? Yeah. So hard mode for good ending? Very possible. More than likely. Alright, so we should be able to sneak up on this guy. Nope. Okay. Give me my blood bat. That is a brutal bat. And I kind of want to equip it. And ooh, 110 damage, level 2. Ooh, or a used bludgeon. This one's a little bit faster. Let's try equipping this cudgel. What is it? Yeah! Heck yeah! Oh, this is gonna be great. The Ban of the Dragon. You upgraded the stake ASAP for the stun? I need to go take a look at my upgrade bench, apparently. I'll do that after this mission, I guess, because I'm sure I'll have a lot of experience. The stake. Concerning the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, I would advise our members to be very wary about these so-called scholars. Yes, indeed, most of them are always affable and respectful when they approach us, but it would be quite unwise for a discreet circle like the Ascalon Club to foolishly speak about our goals, our members, or our traditions. I would also like to remind our fellow members that the Brotherhood itself is ancient enough to have some mysterious traditions. One of them, according to some informants, could be the ritual of the so-called Ban of the Dragon. It seems that, in certain conditions, when the Brothers of St. Paul find a violent or bloodthirsty immortal, they call upon him this ban. What is it exactly? Well, I don't know. Does it really exist? I don't know that for sure either. But what I've established as facts, it is that whenever a hostile or vindictive vampire threatened London, it disappeared without a trace after the Brotherhood pronounced a ban upon him. The loyal Fergal Bansha himself has never been foolish enough to openly provoke the Brotherhood. This is a lesson we must all remember, never be considered a dragon by the Brotherhood. By Lord Redgrave the Founder, the Law of Ascalon. I just slapped the vampires with a big piece of meat. All right, Shadow, come here. I'll slap him with a big piece of meat. It sounds like you did the right thing in upgrading your steak over your steak. Citizen to save. Careful, the endangered citizen may not survive the next night. Go check on him.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Oh, God. They really leap at you. I have 0 stamina.
I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
I do like that this does a little bit of stun with it, though. That's super handy. Dealing damage and reducing their ability to block. I'm all for that. Hey, buddy. No details. You can't treat me like a piece of meat?
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here.
You sure you don't want me to?
Get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're
great-grandfather
safe
of Margaret Thatcher?
Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
He's got a headache. And that's about it. All right. Goodbye, Oswald. Citizen rescued. You rescued a citizen who will return to his district the following night. Oh. Wow, there's some district management and stuff in this too. This game has like a lot of tooltips, but really doesn't do much to teach you about what the game is about, which is fascinating to me. I'm excited to like just to play more, to learn what more there is. Oh, I just straight up left. I didn't mean to straight up leave. You think upgrade steak is a waste? It's not a blood collector weapon and it can't reach level 5. I have no idea what those things mean. I am going to ask Mercutio. I do appreciate all the help. Just be careful with things that you say and what you tell me. Like I said, I haven't played this game. It's entirely blind, and I like to experience a lot of things firsthand. So as little leading or advice, unless otherwise asked, is preferred. I'm sorry.
What sort of creature is this?
Is that a vampire? A vampire. Is that a werewolf? Oh, sick. This bat is great. I was gonna try and parry, but... Oh, Lord. Jeez. Okay. This must be the werewolf vampire. I am so gonna die. Alright, feed me, give me blood. Give me more blood. I bet he tastes like wet dog. Have you guys ever eaten something that tasted like wet dog? Or like drank water and tasted wet dog? It's really awful. Sewer dog people were talking about? Yes, I do remember the sewer dogs. I thought it was like an allegory or a euphemism. I don't know what you would call it. Ow. Like I thought they were talking about gang members or something.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
That was interesting, puppy. How do I know what wet dog tastes like? I've owned dogs, and I don't know, you smell wet dog, and your sense of smell makes up a large portion of what you taste. So if you smell something, you know roughly what it tastes like. I've never licked a wet dog, no. If you are sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petrescu's house and present this coupon. I don't know what language that's in. I'm not even going to try.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Come here, rat. I need more blood. At the same time of helping my patients by curing them of whatever ails them, I am also solving the rat epidemic in London by siphoning all the blood from rats. All right, let's get out of here. So I was not expecting that boss fight, but that was pretty rad. That was, like, super rad. Can I explore more stuff here? Like, what are you? You're a rogue skull. Let's see if I can get the jump on you so I can... Eat. Oh, you're level 11? Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I totally didn't mean to feed on you. I'm just gonna go. that was following, he'd drop a legendary piece of gear. Well, I think I am well under-equipped to fight a level 11, Skull right now. So instead, I'm gonna go sleep, and then maybe we'll go back and face Mr. Fancy Skull.
Please, I feel sick. Get over here now.
Hey, buddy.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why?
What's up, Kane?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me.
Hey, good morning,
More
Melissa.
interesting, one way or
I hope you're doing well. F for details. Still just fatigue. About the man you pushed in the
think
water.
about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts.
Yeah, it's been like a
Boss
day.
cut me good.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother.
Oh!
Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
I'm sorry. Why did you kill his brother?
Only the strongest survive, then. Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed.
Beg to differ.
And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
I met the sewer dog.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
Did he have dysentery or something?
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the staff?
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
You're an interesting one. Tell you that.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
Pardon me.
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
Well, I can't wait to find out about all your little hints so that way I can feast on you.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
Gotcha.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
New hint available? Oh. Okay. So where can I read about this new hint? Or is that,
I'll
like,
leave you for now, Mr.
separate?
Cox.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Yeah, okay. I get you. Oh, God. Tired of your crap, Clay. What the heck did you do? All those bloody docs are gossiping about how my husband has just got that stupid kid. How many times did I tell you to count to 20 before drawing your blade? How can we expect to do proper business and have people obey if you keep on killing everyone who dares cross you? Now rumor says some blokes from the dead's family are looking for you, and one of them even swore to kill you. Don't come home tonight. I've seen strange men patrolling the streets. There may be some commie militia or something like that that's sent to arrest you. So go to a safe place for a few days. Maybe go to the hospital or Whitechapel. Make yourself useful for once by checking if any business could be settled over there. When the situation is calmer, I'll send a wet boot boy so that you know to come back, Edwina. Our little boy here's getting in a lot of trouble, it seems. Ooh, thing to open. That's Kane. The hints usually let you ask the person more questions, but sometimes they let you ask more information from somebody else. Ah, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, blackmail in Whitechapel? Where's my journal? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, find out who's spying. Track that. Okay, I can only track one thing at a time. Find out who's spying on Thelma. Oh, it's my room. Let's try doing some crafting real quick. Okay. Used hacksaw. Machete is nice because it's got a low stamina drain. What's it take to upgrade? Okay, so it's already at level 2, so I need... Oh, okay, so I can upgrade one or the other. I see. I like how it's not just a static... Okay, so you have to upgrade the level, and then you can do one of those. Or you can just straight upgrade the level. Oh, okay, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I see, I see. Damage dealt or absorb blood when the weapon hits. Oh, okay. And is that what all these are? It's damage dealt or absorb more blood, or damage dealt. Ah. I don't know what weapon I want to go with. I imagine I'll get a lot of stuff, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh, and it gives me a little more information when I hover over that. Okay. I see. Oh, that's super neat, actually. So this one I can add stun points to, but no blood absorption. So I can either go with an offhand something that lets me do stun, or an offhand something that lets me do blood absorption with this doing stun. That's super neat, actually. Alright, I'm gonna go with the used hacksaw, because that's what I've been using more so lately. And I'm gonna get some blood absorption. Wonder if I can only do one or the other. And then... Yeah, I'm gonna leave that like that for now. Let's see if we can find out who's spying on Thelma. Right, am I... Oh, okay, so I just have to look around here? Bodies. Bodies everywhere. Oh, maybe I should use my senses? Probably one cadet and rookie? Oh. There is a back door. Okay, all right. Little bit of sneaky sneaky. I can just open this. Ho ho ho.
He's mine! I'll take it! God, no! We have to stop him!
All right. Yeah, I'm doing a bit extra damage, and that feels pretty nice. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was so much to explore. I thought this game was going to be a little more linear, but it's almost got like Dishonored vibes to it, which I'm kind of digging. 25th of October, guard of Prywin Command Post, East End patrols. Vampire activity, hospital, survey, investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in the Pembroke Hospital, London East End. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is discreetly go there and observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech, then report directly back to us, and we will decide what action should be taken. Ho ho ho. Okay. All right. All right. I feel like I'm finally getting it, kind of. I say that now and just wait. I'm gonna be super far off. What is the hotkey for my investigations? So I'm about to do that one, and then I gotta interrogate Corcoran Tippets, and then also find the pharmacy. Does my vision show me, like, where stuff to loot is at all? Alright, Thelma, where are you at, girl? Not really. I mean, it might help me identify it a little, but not too much. Is it Dorothy? Oh, right, I can... Oh, that's Pippa. There's Thelma.
Spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
She's a little hussy.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't he
If you get my
burned?
drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No
He was
effect.
the burn victim.
Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Yes, I gotta remember that the Vampyr does that. Thank you, Mercutio. I
Who is
really
treating
appreciate
you?
it.
Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Poor guy.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I will say their
wasn't
modeling
disfigured
was
by any German shells.
very good.
It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
He does look like a Fallout ghoul. Like I said, they did a really good job with this one. Like the way his eyes and his mouth are. Now we really have to pity kill the guy. So it's a pride thing?
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Tell me what really happened.
Oh, hint
I went with a
fail?
whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were
We
you
didn't
trying to
start
avoid
the
going back to
fire.
the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
So you can fail hints.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all.
Vanilla Sky?
While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful.
I don't think I've
Living
seen or heard
proof
of
that
Vanilla
there's
Sky.
hope
What
for
is
me.
that?
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world.
It's got Tom Cruise in it?
It seems
What is
much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
You don't really remember the plot, but you've never seen it yourself? Ah, sounds like we gotta watch it. Movie night?
Simpletons, these
Movie
nurses.
night?
Bred with no respect.
daily routine.
Vanilla Sky. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Hi, Miss Howcroft.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Okay, nothing there. Tell me about vampires.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
Can I check that guy's hints again? Yeah, I can check it after I finish talking to her.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Fascinating. Interesting. Yeah, Thomas Elwood. Yeah, so I failed this one. And there's no way to get it. Oh, but I know all of Thelma's. He's not worth much. He might have been worth 1,000 at the end of it all. Almost got all of Clay's. Yeah, I had no idea that you could fail some of those. Where's the pharmacy? No, that's not what I wanted. Pharmacy. I guess I've got to activate it. Track. Map. Pharmacy is down by the docks. Okay, so that's in a different area, but I can go to it. Interrogate Tippets. They're around here somewhere. Harder they fall. Interrogate Corcoran Tippets about his medical error. You love how convinced she is of her knowledge of vampires. If only she knew who she was talking to. Thank you. Yeah. I'm sure that there's going to be quite a few of them that are going to be difficult to get right. But I'm also not worried about trying 100% it or anything. I like to try my best. There's Dodonna, Thomas Elwood, John Hampton. Where's what's-his-face? Maybe he's upstairs, like in his room or something. Oh, the bright ones are a spy opportunity. I didn't even think of that, but you're correct.
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
Oh.
Approve of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Dude's having a...
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her. How could we be sure we're making a difference?
I will not let you down, my boy.
What did I miss?
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
I wonder what I missed as part of that. It was like her saying, "How could you do this to me?" All right, where's... Ah, there's Corcoran. Tippets. I didn't miss anything. I'm thinking he might have attempted suicide, yeah.
Good evening, sir. So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us.
Oh, I haven't talked to him yet.
I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now.
You're a vampire.
Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
He does seem like a nice old doctor.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation?
But sometimes
And
the nice
please,
old ones are
speak
the
freely.
ones to be mindful
This
of.
hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack
You smell a
talented people.
toupee.
It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
Wink,
I'll
wink.
go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Ooh, sexist.
Any opinion
Don't
about
stand
the
for that
management?
here.
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Did he say, I wish she would, or he would get out of his office? I mean, you're right. Even nice people have some flaws. It's true.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
I was hoping that would get me something more, but it didn't.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
But why was the dosage and everything wrong? Like, what? I'll cover for you?
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I don't know about... Do I have, like, more options than saying I would cover for him? Because I don't know if I necessarily want to cover for him. Like, what does that mean? Pity meter rising. Yeah, I mean, the best certainly can make mistakes. There's no doubt about that. Oh. Where are you going, boyo? Cover Dr. Tippett in exchange for his resignation, or trust Gwyneth Brannigan and cover Dr. Tippett's error. Oh, I gotta get outside. Gotcha, yeah, that makes sense. Where? Did I miss it? Oh, I think I did. Okay, so I have to wait for him to come over here to get whatever that eavesdrop is. Okay, so what's the quickest way to here from when he goes inside? It's just through here. Okay. Look at her walking there in the background. Incredible. Well, now we know. Yeah, now we do know. Let's talk to Gwyneth real quick.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Is it from here? No. Is it from here? Tippett praises you.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse.
Alright, so he goes over there. There's another box.
Can you remind me why we still work here?
Dr. Reed will help straighten things out in Pembroke. Remember? I, for one, am still waiting to see it.
Well, that's reassuring. Believe me, it gives me courage.
I wonder if all of them have secret meetings? Like those two. That's not a very secret meeting. And if I look at... No, he's not a pillar. This, Swansea is the pillar. And Sean Hampton is the pillar of the docks. And then I still haven't seen the other two districts, but apparently Dorothy Crane is a pillar of that one, whatever that one is. Okay, is he going to his place? Is he doing his thing? Yeah, he's doing his thing. Okay. Nope. Wrong door. Do we go out here? And then I think it's up here. This man takes a break every 5 minutes. Let's see what he does. Oh, that's why he has to shoot up. He's got to give himself some medication to keep his hands
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time?
Shaking?
That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
Cochrane is a blood addict. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I wonder if it's something I can talk to him about or Gwyneth about. So let's try talking to her real quick, see if we have any more. This one, nope. This one, Tippett's a drug addict.
Tell me, nurse, did you know Dr. Tippett was addicted to medication?
I suspected this behavior for some time, but never dared to ask him about it. Until the day he confessed to me.
Why would he confess to you about his addiction, Nurse Brannigan?
Don't you know you doctors can't hide anything from a nurse? We're always there, even if you don't notice us.
Do you consider yourselves our confessors, Nurse Brannigan?
I wouldn't dare, Dr. Reed, but I'm intrigued. How did you discover Dr. Tippett's secret?
What can I say? I seem to have a knack for discovering secrets.
And for hiding them as well.
Do you approve of his addiction?
Of course I don't approve. But I understand he needs it to fight the exhaustion. Let's hope he'll stop injecting himself once the epidemic is over.
And he sure won't.
Then we'll have to convince him to stop. I believe he's still in control of his addiction, for now, but we must remain vigilant.
Goodbye, nurse. Cool.
All right, Dr. Tippets, can we talk to you? Or, yeah, Dr. Tippets. Can we talk to you about your addiction? Where did he go? Dr. Corcoran?
The pain. It's there again.
Dr. Corcoran? Oh, there he is. Okay. You just had a different path.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any...
You're taking drugs, sir.
I know you're taking drugs, Corcoran. Why take such a risk?
I need it to endure the long shifts. We have no idea how long the epidemic will last. We can't let it win.
For God's sake, what are you thinking? How can you be so irresponsible?
Irresponsible? I am devoted to my work. I am doing this for all the patients who need our help. I cannot abandon them.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
So, in this game, I am now wearing pants, apparently. In this game, the story is ever evolving, right? Like, if I don't do certain things, then other things will happen as a result.
We must prove what we are capable of. It is now.
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed.
I think that's the case, isn't it? Unfortunately. Okay, so this is a situation where, like, so either you cover for him and he resigns, you let him continue as the choice. Yeah.
Do you need something, John?
About the blackmailer.
The matter of Lady Ashbury's blackmailer.
You can miss cool stuff.
I know too much about this matter already. I'm confident in trusting the interests and reputation of both the hospital and Our Lady into your able hands.
I have met Lady Ashbury.
She's a fascinating woman, wouldn't you agree?
Quite.
Is she the true reason you recruited me? To work on her condition and addiction for blood? A part of me is thinking I've been played.
Lady Ashbury is a cherished friend of mine. I would not betray her secrets without her consent. Come to the rescue of a damsel in distress. I ask nothing more.
We'll see each other again.
I was kind of hoping he would have more info. So I imagine what I need to do is look at him, his social circle. Okay, so this is a social circle. These are the only two people I can get those hints from, I imagine. Or not necessarily. Because, like, Sean Hampton is here and here. So it's possible. Oh, but Dorothy Crane's there. And she's not on this list. Weird. I was going to say maybe it's possible that they are also in one of these and they will give me more stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. So this guy needs treatment for fatigue and treatment for headache. You can miss out on cool stuff if you're... depending on which one you go down, huh? So fatigue. And I don't have a cure for headaches yet, do I? Okay, so who was it that needed fatigue? It was Clay Cox. Do it. Oh, that's the wrong button. I pressed it. Waiting to see if it plays. There it is. You outgrew it, Waddles. Didn't manage to get it this time.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Hey, Mr. Cox.
Miss. Hey, Doc.
I got some medicine for you. Oh. Your wife's letter pissed you off?
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'd be surprised if you managed to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd be just fine.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Some major plotline will get missed no matter what. You found a second playthrough to catch all with guide required. So, is it like, no matter what, you'll miss something just because of the way the game is structured? Or if you're not following a guide, you'll miss everything because you're not making the right choices all the time?
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Structure. Gotcha.
I'll leave you.
When I get back, I'll have a word with
Oh,
Tom.
wait. This button...
Hey.
You're
E for
lucky to
medical
be
checkup.
alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
I'll leave you for now.
When I get back, I'll have a word with Tom. He's really pissed me off this time.
Oh, Tom. Hey, so now he is 100%. Nice. Something stories you would have never found, tucked in the game here and there. It's fascinating to hear that there's like so much depth to the game. I'll be curious to talk more about it. I guess at the end, because at the end, probably after one playthrough is where I'll stop. I don't think I'll go for a second playthrough. But I'll be curious to know like what things I missed or what could have been done differently. As for right now, I'm debating whether or not to let him continue practicing. Here's my dilemma. They're low on doctors, they're low on help. If Cochrane goes, then probably Cochrane and Gwyneth both go, right? So they could be down 2 people to treat all these sick people, and more sick people will die. If I keep his secret for the time being, and he stays, he could possibly kill someone again because of his fatigue in his mistakes. And then it would really be on me, you know? So these guys keep having their own little spat too. I wonder if I can figure out what Strickland's like process is. Kind of like those spy opportunities you might miss if you don't use your vamp senses. Ah. Makes sense. Ooh. I don't know who he's talking to.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Oh, is he just writing? Is he just writing letters? The movie you really enjoyed was Dracula Untold? I don't think I've ever heard of that one either. What's that one about? Waiting to see if there's something with this guy, because I think there's a quest for it. Oh, but it's with the pharmacy, the missing ingredient. Oh, it was an origin story starring Luke Evans. Who's Luke Evans? Put it on the list then. Oh my God, there's so many movies on a list. Too many movies on the list. He's been in The Hobbit. Ah, you can never have too many. You can when you don't have enough time to watch them all. That's for sure. And I certainly don't have enough time to watch them all.
When I get back, I'll have a word.
Is there a save function? No, the game just auto saves, so I can't save and reload. So if I tell him to go, then these guys might die.
At least that mistress of the dark has stopped
If only I
following
were
me.
young again. Just a dozen
Oh, he was
years or so.
Bard. The shoe that shoots smog. Okay. Gotta commit. Yeah, gotta commit.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
That's not what I wanted to do. I thought I was going to talk to him and be like, all right, if you resign right now, I'll keep your secret. I didn't realize... Who was I supposed to go tell? Because I tried talking to the head doctor, and I didn't have the option to be like, hey...
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting Cyprus. Such a beautiful island. I could buy a house there by the sea, read poetry, and wait for death.
Yeah, he didn't say that he was going to quit the habit.
Goodbye, Dr.
Now or never.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
What about you, lady? Do you got anything extra? No.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
So one was resign now or not let them keep working. Was basically it. It was either resign now or let them keep working. And
Last summer's epidemic was difficult.
I talked to him thinking it would be like, hey, if you don't resign now, then I'll tell. Otherwise, I'll keep it. I don't think I can reload. It auto-saves. I mean, I guess it's whatever. That's not what I intended, but who would I have talked to? Because like I said, I went and talked to Swansea up here, and he didn't give me the option to tattle, I guess, to be like, hey, your man's addicted. Your man's a druggie. See what happens if I do? I don't know when it last saved. The hospital will be healthy. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it as long as he just resigns in general. Perfect. Anything in here? Shoebox.
It's locked, all right.
Locked shoebox.
It's locked.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's resigning in the end. Like, at that point, that's kind of what I wanted anyway. I just wanted him to get out of here. But I didn't necessarily want him to leave right now, so it kind of worked out in my favor, I guess. Okay, well, let's get ready to rest and see what we want to upgrade. Oh, blood cauldron? You focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode? Oh, that's cool. Create a shadow vortex at your target's feet, coming to life. The shadows interrupt an enemy. Oh, I must have clicked this at one point. I spent 250 to reset. Oh, my skill shadow. That must have been what I did. You lose control and let the beast take over for a short time. The beast teleports itself to all enemies around you and strikes them with furious blows. Shadow Veil. Drains your stamina to fade into the shadows and become invisible to most enemies. Moving in this state will drain more stamina. You will exit the shadows if you attack or dodge or when your stamina is empty. Spring. You perform a supernatural move to your target and cause damage upon landing. Well, that could be nice. Coagulation. You will block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. Blood Barrier. You create an invisible barrier absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. Should get more blood per bite. Let's get that at least up to level 2. I want to get a little more health. And more stamina for sure. I have like 3,000 experience. Oh, dang, that's a lot there. Oh, I trade instant health for greater regeneration, or you trade more blood to heal yourself instantly and gain an additional boost to your health regeneration. Oh, that would be nice. That's true. I do have blood weapons. I think I might go with more endurance. Can't get that yet. That's 2,000. What's blood spear? That's 1,000. I could still get spear. I'm just kind of looking at what else is here for me. Having that leap could be a lot of fun. The Shadow Veil or the Shadow Mist? I tried the Shadow Mist at first. I wasn't a big fan of it. I felt like it was really slow. Everyone just kind of like moved out of it. Although I guess I was using it in the middle of combat instead of like at the start of combat. Two meters, always 2 meters, or 4 meters with this one. You maxed it out, just walked by and then killed them. Let's see, is there something else I could pick up for 1,000, or would spear be good? Doesn't say how much damage it does, which kind of makes me sad. Like, this one just says straight up how much damage it does. Big spear will make Shadow happy. Big spear will make Shadow happy. Yeah, if I were to go spear, I'd probably go big spear for sure. Oh, I can make my claws stun eventually. Or I can get blood gain. Cost and recovery are down. And it's just recovery there is down. I'd probably go these big ones. Okay, so cost goes down and damage goes up. Let's also try this. Why don't we? I think I can only have 2 effects at once anyway, so it's either claws or spear. So maybe it's not smart to go spear right now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so I definitely want... Oh, that requires level 6. I see, and I have to level up. So get more health. That brings me up to level 6, which then I can go and get physical prowess. And then that one's level 8. So I need to increase something. So I was increasing my blood capacity. That got me up to the next level of... No? Increasing my blood capacity didn't do that? Well, it seems like claws will do a lot of damage, especially those resistant to traditional weapons. So that one seems to be an okay choice. Get that one. That'll get me this. I have 100 health. And let's go with some lifesteal. And up my blood per bite. There we go. I think I'm happy with that, because that gets me all the stamina I wanted, some more health, a little bit more healing when I bite, as well as better blood capacity and a little bit better blood absorption when I heal to help me heal more with autophagy, which I should probably upgrade next time I have a bunch of experience. Every night, the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade this district health status. It can also be degraded due to diseases spreading among citizens. Major district events. The more lives you take, the unhealthier your district becomes. If a district's health status drops below critical, it will plunge into chaos. It is for you to decide a district's fate. I was about to say, it looked like it went down. So then I gotta cure Oswald. Hey, Ted. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. How are y'all doing today? Thank you for coming to the stream. My name's Drillian. I'm a variety streamer here. I like to do voices. I like playing games. I love stories. I love lore. I'm all about all that. I'm here to build a good community, hang out with you all, chat, talk about interesting topics. It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. How are you all doing? Welcome, Ruminant Moo, and Death by Lou. Hey, that rhymes. Howdy, howdy, Ted the Summoner. How are you doing? Doing all right? Glad to hear it. Sweet. All right, so now I'm level 9. And I feel like I should probably... upgrade my weapon a little bit. You love your Moo and Lou? I love the fact that their names rhyme. That is incredible. Your Moo and Lou sound like wonderful people. Should probably water that plant. Where do I get water to water the plant? That's the part that I'm having trouble with. I think I choose one or the other is what it sounds like. So I'm gonna keep that. No clue. Yeah, I want to water the plant.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
I mean, there's rain outside. Can I just move it? You're in Act 5 and you have no idea. Incredible. Excellent. I will not be streaming for too much longer. I am getting ready to wrap it up. I just wanted to see if I could water the plant. Yeah, there's a sink 10 feet away. I could literally move it outside.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
By God, Jonathan, you are a detective. You have figured life out. And yet I cannot water the plant. Are you a metaphor? Are you a metaphor for my life? I'm not watering it enough. Do I need to go water myself? Is this enough water for you, plant? Is this what you want from me? Out here frolicking in the wet. And yet here you are.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Dying, just like my soul. Gotta find a bucket. There's a bucket. There's a bucket like right here. There's a bucket right over here. There's bottles, there's plates. There's plenty of buckets. I will not die happy if I can't water this plant. I need to water this plant or a hose. I think there's also a... Oh no, that's a spigot. I was gonna say, I thought there was a hose in there attached to it, but... Greatest mystery of the game. Watering the plant. It really is. It really is. Forget the vampire conspiracy. Yeah, no one cares about the vampires. We just want to water the plant. So you said you're in Act 5. I think I'm still in Act 1. I mean, as you can see, I haven't progressed too far. Looks like I need to get over here and take care of some of these people and meet some of these people over in the docks. So that'll probably be what we do tomorrow. As well as going and figuring out some stuff over here in Whitechapel. You can see in the main quest tab. Level 9. Oh, I can get more actives. Oh, that's good to know. That is side quests. Where's... Oh, this one's main quest. Okay, I see. Then I must be in Chapter 2. Yes, I'm currently in Chapter 2. Act 2. Thank you. Okay, so that's good to know. So I can go and do all the side quests and not feel guilty. So I gotta find the knife, find the local pre-win, and reach the pharmacy. Where's the knife? The knife is also in the docks, which I need to go there anyway. Yes, chapters are acts. It's whatever. It's basically the same thing. Chapter, act, part 1, part 2, part 3, you know, whatever. Well, I appreciate you coming by to raid, Ted. Unfortunately, I'm also just about ready to end because it is getting close to my bedtime and work comes early. So let's see. See if there is anyone else to raid tonight before we call it an end. I appreciate you stopping by. It's great to meet you. Glad to hear you're enjoying Vampyr as well. Such as the curse of late night raids. Yeah, tell me about it. You'd think it would be different, you know, on the East Coast, or being on the West Coast, and most people are on the East Coast, but no siree. Everyone seems to raid like early in the stream early in the morning or late in the day. It's never like right there in that sweet middle part. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. We are going to raid my buddy Matt. There it is. He is playing the Talos Principal, or was playing the Talos Principal. It looks like he's still going. So we're going to go raid him. He's doing some terrible accents, which is a lot of fun. So I appreciate it. If you guys would like to check out the stream again tomorrow night, I'll be going live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. Otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by. Y'all take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Take care of each other. And as always, I'll see you on the next adventure. Stay hydrated.